Have you ever played a game that was so easy and a platinum trophy that was so shallow it left you feeling a little empty inside?
What have I done?
There are so many types of games in this world of ours, from first-person shooters to sports games to JRPGs to visual novels, and along with those many different types of games comes many different kinds of trophy lists and of course platinum trophies which have varying requirements. Over the past 4 or 5 years we've seen the emergence of a particular type of platinum which I like to call the Grubby platinum. Games that have trophy lists which are so easy you can earn the platinum in a very small amount of time, ranging from 30 minutes all the way down to 30 seconds. Now a lot of these games in their defense are made by small indie developers who use the trophy hunting community as a way to promote their game and get eyes on their games when realistically they may never have even got any sales, and some of these games are actually surprisingly good. There's some good platformers, there's some good driving games, there's some good roguelikes and some shooter games in amongst these quick platinum trophies. However, there are some of these games with these quick platinum trophies that are just so shallow, so empty. It is clear to me that these games were developed with the intention of just taking advantage of the trophy hunting community to turn over a quick buck. And in this video I'm going to be talking about 5 of the worst quick and easy shallow platinum trophies. And also, if you're wondering, yes, I have all of these platinums. So the first game on our list is Little Adventure on the Prairie, and this game came out about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was one of the first easy grubby games I actually played. I mean, these games are all cheap, and this is the most expensive game on this list, which is £1.29 in Britain. It's basically just a side-scrolling game. All you've got to do to get the platinum trophy is finish the first 15 to 16 levels or so, and the platinum trophy is yours, and it will take you, it took me 30 minutes, so it'll probably take you 20 if you're a fast gamer, if you're a speedy gamer, or maybe a little bit longer. But again, this is just such a shallow game. The game looks poor, and actually look at the quality of the thumbnail cover on the PlayStation Store. You can see how little effort went into this cover particularly. That kind of sets a trend and gives you an indication as to what the quality of this game actually is. This game is a really lazy side-scrolling game, and you can kind of tell that it was not really made with much effort with the intention of just being a quick platinum. And that's what it is, and it's not a great game. Next we have Slide. Now Slide is a pretty infamous game amongst the trophy hunting community, and it took me, I aged playing this game. It took me a solid 18 seconds to get the platinum trophy in this one. And this game costs 99p, and it's literally just a puzzle game. You know, one of those tile sliding games where you just slide in to finish the puzzle. That's essentially what they are. Do you know those like really basic mini games that you play in bigger games when a game has like 10-20 different mini games and then one of them is like a puzzle game? That's essentially what this entire game is. There's only like 15 different puzzles to choose from, and once you do one of them you get the platinum trophy, and essentially you can just watch a guide to pop one in a certain amount of moves and the platinum trophy is yours. It's a really shallow game. There's nothing to it. I can't really talk to it any more than that because there's literally nothing in this game at all. And this is definitely one of the first games, it's been out for a long time, which was just basically made for a quick buck, because this game, in terms of game development, etc., what effort really went into this? I wouldn't be surprised if one person made this in a week. If they designed the puzzles and actually did the artwork, and maybe longer, but if they've just taken them from some sort of royalty-free website and put them on this puzzle game, you can kind of get the impression that this game was made with just the effort of getting people to buy for the platinum trophy. Next we have Road Bustle, which is kind of like a take on Frogger, which is essentially just a running game where you have to get as far as you can to get points, and the platinum trophy you achieve by just getting, say, 20,000-30,000 points. And even if you did the run legitimately, it wouldn't take you very long. It took me 10 minutes to earn the platinum trophy in this one, so you can see how easy this game is. However, they put into the game a very obvious glitch, which is basically rather than running forward, you just run to the shack that's in the base part of the game, and you can just run forward because you don't get points for reaching checkpoints, you get points just for running forward. So you can run to the shack to the left of starting the game and just run in the shack, into the shack, and you just run against that wall and your points rack up and up and up and you get the platinum trophy, which is crazy because they obviously allowed that so that trophy hunters could earn the platinum even faster. But even if you did it legitimately, it's 15 minutes, and again, it's just one level, you go as far as you can and you repeat. It is a type of game that should be free on mobile and etc. I mean, yes, it only costs 79 pence, but is it 79 pence worth, you know, 3 minutes of entertainment? I don't know. Again, another game I feel like is definitely just taking advantage of the trophy system and us trophy hunters. Now the final game is one that I would actually say I actually do hate. Now the rest of them, you know, for whatever, take the criticism on them, you know, critique them for what they are. But this next game is Alien Destroyer. This game is 79p. They're all pretty darn cheap, as you can see. And it's about 15 minutes to get the platinum trophy, and all it is a first-person shooter game with 10 waves. And there's basically just these like flying devices. It's Alien Destroyer, but I don't really think you fight aliens. You kind of just fight like floating shapes that shoot shapes at you, and you just kind of run around and shoot them, and it's really, really easy. And if you ran through it, you can get the Platinum Trophy in 8 to 10 minutes. It took me over a day to get the Platinum in this, and this is because when it actually released on the PlayStation 4, it was actually a glitch on the PlayStation 4. So on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 stacks, the PlayStation 5 was how it was supposed to run, so you could actually dodge and run around. However, the PlayStation 4 ran at like 1/4 speed of the PlayStation 5, which meant that you couldn't actually dodge anything, and the last boss would shoot like 30 projectiles at you at once. So as soon as he hit you, he would kill you, and it was unavoidable. I tried it 10-15 times and I was like, this is actually impossible because of how you can't move fast enough to dodge his attacks. So not only was it a really poorly made game that felt really rushed, because it basically was probably just based off a pre-designed demo game that's on the game engine software like Unity or the Unreal Engine. They kind of just taken a base demo, populated it with some royalty-free shapes and made that game and released it, but they actually didn't even check the game, didn't do any game testing on it whatsoever to realise that the game in fact doesn't run well enough to actually earn the Platinum Trophy, which was the point of the game. And because the game's so simple, game testing would have been easy enough to do, and it would have taken one run through on the PlayStation 4, only one test, to realise that this game had a major flaw in it, and clearly that wasn't even done. So not only is it a really bad game and a really simple, cheesy game, it also wasn't just poorly made, it was everything about it was poor. The testing, the game design, everything about it was poor. I would not recommend this one at all. Finally, we have Snake Boat Autorific Arcade, which is literally just a game where you control a snake on a boat in this little lake. You float around and the Platinum Trophy can be achieved. It took me 10 minutes to earn the Platinum Trophy, and all you really got to do is survive in these different modes, which you can actually do by leaving the controller on. So of those 10 minutes you actually have the game on, you're probably playing the game for a minute and a half just to change some characters and just to change the levels, which is it's pretty crazy to see how easy it is. This was actually the game that really started to make me realise how pointless these games were to me, and made me realise that I was just supporting developers and games that did not deserve to be supported. So there you have it, guys. There was 5 games that I do think are some of the worst Grubby games out there at the moment. And yes, I've played all of these games. Crucify me if you will. I have learned my lessons, I've learned from my mistakes, which is why I'm making this video today. And I do not think all games that come out that are quick and easy platinums are not worth supporting, because I do generally believe that a lot of these games come out and yes, they use trophies to entice gamers that they would not have enticed initially, and that's just, it is smart marketing at the end of the day. But I think some of these are particularly good, not the ones I've talked about in this video obviously, but there is some really good hidden gems out there where you can play an hour, 2 hours and have a reasonably good time and support developers that deserve to be supported. But all of these 5 games I've just mentioned are not good games at all. They're really lazy, and you generally feel like maybe they are the first game a developer's ever made. And you can kind of understand that maybe they're just finding their feet, but then it kind of asks the question of, should games of this low quality be on the PlayStation Store at all? I understand Steam has all of these types of games. Steam is a completely different market, has completely different consumers to PlayStation. You know, PC gamers are a lot more adventurous and they try all sorts of games, whereas us PlayStation gamers tend to play bigger games, and the trophy hunting community is obviously embracing these smaller developers, but are we supporting the right games? That's ultimately the question that I'm asking you now. Like, should we be supporting these types of games? Because I personally don't think we should, but that doesn't mean that all of these quick, easy games are not good, because loads of them actually are fun, and you can tell you can tell so much effort went into them, but these 5 games, yeah, they just suck in every way. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below, what is the worst Grubby Platinum Trophy you've ever earned, and how did it make you feel? I'm pretty sure you felt just like I did. Take it easy.